Welcome to the Age Well Home and Lifestyle podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Bradley. I'm the founder of Age Well Home and Lifestyle. This podcast is rooted in one essential truth. To age well and thrive, we must be radically curious. Curious about who we really are, about what truly matters. Curious enough to question everything we've been told so we can finally design a life and home that reflects our truest selves. Here we treat life as our masterpiece. We see ourselves as detectives gathering clues, uncovering our deepest gifts, and consciously curating a lifestyle and home that is both healing and fulfilling. Join me for solo episodes and conversations with guests where I help us get closer to the root of living our best lives in mid-age and beyond. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Age Well Home and Lifestyle podcast, where we talk about the science and strategies for creating homes and lives that help us age with grace, energy, and joy. I'm Kelly Bradley, the founder and CEO of Age Well Home and Lifestyle, and today we're diving into a topic that's incredibly exciting because it merges neuroscience, psychology, design, and lifestyle all into one, and it's called neuroaesthetics. Now, don't worry if that word sounds a little technical. I promise by the end of the episode, you'll not only understand it, but you'll see how it applies to everything from the colors on your walls, to the neighborhood you live in, to the way you design your daily habits. And I'll also share personal stories, actually two, that completely changed how I see healing, homes, and the environments we live in. So grab your coffee. I have mine. My Kion, Kion, is my favorite clean coffee. So grab your coffee, your tea, or take me on your walk, and let's explore how beauty and design, when used intentionally, become medicine for both the brain and the body. Okay, so let's begin at the beginning. Neuroaesthetics is the science of how our brains and bodies respond to beauty, art, and design. It asks questions like, why do we feel calm when we're by the ocean? Why does a cluttered room make us feel stressed? Why does certain music give us goosebumps? Neuroscientists have discovered that beauty isn't just a matter of taste. When we encounter something aesthetically pleasing, whether it's a painting, a room bathed in natural light, or even a beautifully prepared meal, the brain's reward centers light up. The orbital frontal cortex, which helps process pleasure, and the nucleus accumbens, which is tied to motivation and reward, both become active. That means dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter, is released. So beauty literally changes brain chemistry. But the ripple effect goes even further. The heart rate slows down, cortisol drops, blood pressure decreases. In short, beauty literally heals. This is why neuroaesthetics matters for aging. It gives us scientific evidence that the way we shape our surroundings directly impacts how well we live, how quickly we heal, and how gracefully we age. Now let's connect this to health more directly. We all know that chronic stress accelerates aging. Elevated cortisol contributes to inflammation, poor sleep, weight gain, and even cognitive decline. But here's what research shows. Simply looking at a natural scene outside, trees, water, flowers, for even 20 minutes can significantly reduce cortisol levels. Patients in hospital rooms with windows facing nature recover faster than those without. People who work in well-designed, light-filled offices are more productive and less likely to burn out. This is neuroaesthetics at work. It's not just about liking pretty things. It's about how beauty, harmony, and thoughtful design shift the nervous system into states that allow for healing, restoration, and resilience. And as we age, this becomes even more important because our environments can either support vitality or they can quietly drain it. Okay, I want to share a story that truly shifted everything for me, and it goes way back to 2005-ish, 6-ish. I was working with a woman and we were navigating her cancer. So at this time, I was working with movement, nutrition, health clients who were dealing with pretty complex health things. And I was working with their team of doctors. It could be cancer, it could have been Parkinson's, MS, a variety of different diagnoses. So this particular client was navigating cancer. She was deeply committed to her healing and had built an incredible support team. Her doctors, naturopaths, and acupuncturists, even practitioners in German New Medicine, which is fascinating. Together, we were working on using food, movement, and lifestyle as medicine. One day we went on what I called at that time my food is medicine grocery store tour, and I still love doing these. I don't do them with clients as often, but we still do them occasionally. We selected the foods that would best support her healing: vibrant, colorful, alive foods. We talked about how food wasn't just fuel, it was information for her cells. After shopping, we returned to her home, this stunning property worth about $6.5 million back then. A gorgeous estate, the kind you see in magazines. But when I walked inside, something in me shifted. I felt heavy. The air felt dense. There was clutter everywhere. Closets bursting, counters stacked, rooms dimly lit despite the wealth and beauty that surrounded her. There was a deep sense of stagnation and sadness in the home. And then I realized her home was a reflection of what was happening inside of her body. Here was this woman doing everything right for her healing: nutrition, movement, holistic therapies, but her environment was working against her. It wasn't until we started decluttering and opening up her kitchen that she began to cry. She said, "I didn't realize how much of my life I've been holding on to." And I'll repeat that. She said, "I didn't realize how much of my life I've been holding on to, clutching to." Eventually, we discovered mold in parts of the home. I didn't, but the professionals did, including the pool house where she spent much of her time. Her beautiful sanctuary was literally making her sick. That moment changed me forever. I realized that healing doesn't just happen inside the body, it happens in the spaces around us. Clutter, darkness, toxins, poor air quality. These are not just design issues, they're health issues. Our homes either support our healing or they inhibit it. That experience planted a seed that has grown into what Age Well Home and Lifestyle is today. Okay, let's shift to another topic. Still in neuroaesthetics. So when people first hear neuroaesthetics, they often think of art galleries or perfectly decorated living rooms. And yes, it applies there, but it's so much bigger. It's about architecture, the flow of space, ceiling height, access to natural light. It's about color. The hues on our walls can energize us or calm us. It's about textures and materials. Are we using natural wood, soft fabrics, greenery? All signal safety and comfort. Clutter. It is about the clutter, as I've talked about many times. Clutter, it's visual noise that taxes the brain and keeps us in low-level stress. It's about sound, not just music, but ambient noise, traffic, bird songs, wind through the trees. All of it affects mood and cognition. And beyond the home itself, neuroaesthetics extends to our lifestyle environments. The cozy chair where you read, the inviting kitchen where you prepare nourishing meals, the quiet nook where you meditate. It's about creating daily experiences that uplift, calm, inspire, and connect us. Okay, let me share another story from early in my career that beautifully illustrates all of this also. So back then I was a physical therapist, and I'm still a licensed physical therapist, but back then I was practicing. So I was a physical therapist doing home safety assessments. This was literally the very first few months out of grad school. I've always been entrepreneurial, so on this side, I'd help families work with contractors and designers to make homes not just safe, but accessible and beautiful. One day, I met a 94-year-old man moving into his daughter's home. When I arrived, the house was packed with stuff: boxes, furniture, clutter. You could feel the overwhelm. He was losing his independence. His world was literally shrinking. So we got to work. We decluttered, we widened doorways, we created a zero-step entry and transformed the space into something open and welcoming. And at this time, I was working with other contractors and other designers who were doing that work. And it's so interesting that, again, Age Well Home and Lifestyle brings it all together. And this experience was way back in 2001. Amazing. So anyway, we decluttered, we widened the doorways, we created the zero-step entry and transformed this space into something open and welcoming. And something amazing happened. As the environment changed, he changed. He smiled more. He moved with confidence. His voice had energy again. You could sense the freedom. His brain and body relaxing into safety. That experience reinforced what I saw with my client who was experiencing cancer in her body. The environment is medicine. When we change our surroundings, we change our nervous system. And when the nervous system feels safe, the body can heal, grow, and thrive. And we know so much more about neuroaesthetics now. So understanding the story of this gentleman, my 94-year-old, one of my very first in-home clients, understanding this through the perspective of the neuroscience we know now is fascinating. His inner world had the ability to heal, to focus, to stabilize better, to balance better with all of the clutter out. Okay, so what does this mean for you practically in your home? Okay, so in your home, some things that you can take action on: declutter regularly. Visual chaos equals brain chaos. Bring in plants. Our connection to nature, it's called biophilic design, is one of the strongest neuroaesthetic principles. Use color intentionally. Soft blues and greens in restful areas, or areas that you want to feel restful. Warm tones in gathering spaces. Bright accents in creative spaces. And light matters. Use natural light when possible and warmer lighting in the evenings. And there's so much more with lighting that's fascinating in regards to our circadian rhythms. Okay, how can you think about neuroaesthetics and use it in your daily lifestyle? Create rituals that include beauty. Light a candle, a non-toxic candle, of course. Put fresh flowers on the table. Play music while you cook. Choose environments for exercise or socializing that feel uplifting. Go for walks in nature instead of facing a wall on a treadmill. Give yourself micro moments of beauty every day. A sunset, a song you love, a favorite piece of art. Okay, how can you think of neuroaesthetics when choosing a home or even your neighborhood? Notice how you feel in a space. Do you feel calm or unsettled? Look for natural light, outdoor access, and spaces that invite connection. Pay attention to community environments, trees, sidewalks, gathering spaces. All of it matters. The details matter. So don't rush through looking for your next home. Go experience the home, the environment, the neighborhood, the community, the people. These choices are not superficial. They are foundational. They influence not just mood, but long-term health. Okay, so now let's zoom out. Let's look at the bigger picture. In the field of aging research, there's a growing recognition that environment is medicine. Just as food is medicine, movement is medicine, sleep is medicine, meditation can be medicine. All of our lives can either be our medicine helping us heal or hindering our health and well-being. So research on blue zones, and if you're not familiar with the blue zones, it's where the longest lived populations in the world live. Okay, that research shows their environments consistently support movement, connection, beauty, and simplicity. That's neuroaesthetics in action. At Age Well Home and Lifestyle, this is our mission: to create spaces that don't just help people live longer, but help them live better. Homes that spark joy, invite healing, and support vitality at every age. Okay, so as we close, take a moment and look around your environment. Does this space make you feel lighter or heavier? Does it invite calm or make you restless? If the answer isn't what you'd like, don't feel overwhelmed. Neuroaesthetics isn't about perfection, it's about intention. So start small. Clear one corner of clutter. Add one plant. Change one light bulb to a softer light bulb that aligns with the circadian rhythms. Play music you love while you cook. So many simple things you can begin to change. Each of these is a step towards building an environment that supports your well-being. Because beauty isn't a luxury, it's a health strategy. And it's one of the most underused tools we have for aging well. And remember, aging well is living well at any age. And let me repeat that. Aging well is living well at any age. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me for this deeper dive into neuroaesthetics, lifestyle design, and how our environment shape our aging journey. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe, share this episode with someone who needs to hear it, and dive deeper into the Age Well Home and Lifestyle website. Check out other podcasts, the blog, and connect with me. Let me know what you want to learn more about. And if you want to have a conversation about your living situation, your home, your lifestyle, and how you can begin to curate a home and lifestyle that helps you age and live well, just connect. Have a lovely day. Tuning into the Age Well Home and Lifestyle podcast. If this episode sparks something in you, share it with a friend or family member. Let it be the start of a real-life, meaningful conversation, because that's how we grow together. And I'd love to hear from you. What topics are you curious about? What questions are on your mind? Reach out and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious, live true, and keep creating a life and home that's aligned with your truest self.